Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Our art exhibit series on Now in collaboration with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago continues. And this morning, joining us on set, and of course, resident artist of the week is Shalini Singh, who also has an ongoing art show called Joy at Arnim's Art Gallery, located at 27 Tragrate Road in Port of Spain. Good morning, Shalini, and welcome.
Thank you. Good morning to you.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thanks.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you on set.
Thank you for having me.
And your artwork is an explosion of color and mystery also, which is something we definitely need to get into. But before we get a little bit into what inspires you and all of the different details, let's learn about you, Shalini, the artist. How long have you been working in the arts?
Well, as far as I remembered, from very young, I would say that it was an innate gift that was given to me, and I have been painting as long as I can remember.
As long as you can remember.
Yeah.
And now, since you've been doing it for such a long time, of course, you said since long as you can remember, are there any particular things that you've seen evolve throughout your journey?
I think so. Exploration with media, my own adventurous side to explore beyond the representational. Utilizing a lot more color, trying to create organic forms and my own imaginative forms beyond what the eye sees, trying to also create dialogue when people look at the work so that they can not only see something that is different, but feel something that the piece itself evokes.
Well, there are definitely so many components to this, and we can see that on some of the canvas that are on set with us this morning. But let's go a little bit further into what your inspiration is and your media, because one of the things that was mentioned is you're inspired by celestial and cosmic elements. When did that inspiration come to you?
I think ever since I can remember, I was always very much fascinated by things that are not seen, by things that look beyond our own relative plane. And I've always been very interested in space and cosmic entities, and I've always wanted to represent that as a way to connect. So I do recall that subconsciously it has happened ever since. Again, maybe probably last 10, 15 years, I've seen that exploration with cosmic forces and trying to, delve deeper beyond what we can physically feel.
Absolutely. That's absolutely amazing. Let's talk about some of the media that you use as well, because one of the things is that it's clear that you take risks when it comes to different mediums. Most times you hear about, using canvas, using clay and all these different things. But you've definitely done some leaps and bounds with that. What mediums have you explored? I've
used acrylic, and I've also felt comfortable utilizing acrylics, but I've also delved into other things like aerosol spray, eye dust, lipstick, anything that might glitter, because I remember doing a collection of work called Gems, and I would have explored anything that was iridescent and had that iridescent quality. I've utilized collage, paper, fabric as part of my work.
Now, speaking about your work, of course, for those of you who may have missed it, we are sharing that happening right now. Well, happening is Joy from Friday the 2nd of May to Thursday the 15th of May. You don't want to miss that. It's Joy at the Arnim's Art Gallery. So congratulations to you. Now, I know that you are renowned throughout the world, not just here in Trinidad and Tobago. Your work has been on display in the Americas, the CARICOM region, and more. How does it feel to know that your art has that reach and it touches so many people?
I feel humbled. Yeah, I feel humbled, but I know this is a gift given to me that I need to do, so I'm just focused on creating.
All right, well, let's start with the artwork that's right to my side here. Definitely caught my eye this morning. What is the name of this piece?
Flowers in the Garden.
Ah, Flowers in the Garden. Interesting. And what inspired this?
Just being by the porch, looking at nature, observing flowers, and also looking at the mountains. I remembered also looking at a mat that I had by the porch, and while drinking tea, I remember just doing some sketches, which I decided I will create into a work of art.
Yeah. Is it an interesting color selection also, because we're seeing some darkness there as well. What inspired your color selection for this?
Well, the greenery, of course, and flora, flowers that I would have seen, bougainvillea, buttercups, and there's some elements too of lilies also, and mountainous regions, which I would have seen as well, looking on at the scene from my porch.
Beautiful. And this next one is called Fly Free. Walk us through the creation of this.
Okay, so I would have visited Peru, and looking at the landscape, the culture, I'm sure I would have absorbed various elements. The bird itself is supposed to be a very iconic symbol in Peru, and it connects with the earthly and spiritual realms. So what I did after visiting and absorbing all of the culture and the life and the art, I would have created something like this from my observation of various monuments, looking at some of the art as well, looking at some of the applied art pieces and textiles.
So the next one that we have up here is Fiery Jasper. What inspired you to create this piece?
Well, I did explore a collection of works called Gems, and this may have been a piece that I wanted to create way beyond that collection. It is derived from the stone jasper. So I would have looked at the jasper and I would have explored various colors, lines, textures, and I wanted to recreate it on my canvas.
Now, one of the things you mentioned, of course, a little bit earlier was that with your work, you're also stimulating conversations. And with this particular one here, the conversation was stimulated, as Rokas mentioned, looking like it's Guitaric. I'm looking at it now and I'm seeing what seems to be some trees and maybe even some rainbows and so much more. Was all that part of the intention behind a piece like this?
Yes, it was. And the idea behind the piece itself was trying to capture all of those nuances, all of the colors, all of the layers and all of the undertones that you'll normally see when you look at a gem like the Jasper.
Now, Shalini, this next one, admittedly, it does have a hint of familiarity to many of us here. This one is Speckled Sunrise.
Right.
Was this done from memory and from inspiration similar to the one that would have been inspired by Peru?
I do not think so. I think, again, I like to explore and expand the sort of style I work with, but I know that this piece would have had heavy influence from the French Impressionists, particularly Claude Monet. And in this piece, I'm exploring the whole idea of the new beginnings that a day, a sunrise can evoke, and the possibilities of new adventures.
It's absolutely beautiful choice of color in the brush strokes as well. And it's interesting because this next piece, Lotus, we see just a touch of a similar brush stroke, but not too many. What is this piece about to you personally?
Personally, well, it symbolizes human evolution and how our own journey can be one that, evolves from growth. So even though there are challenges, we can blossom or we can spring forth, and we can overcome any sort of, challenges, obstacles. We can also, the piece itself is supposed to portray resilience.
Something that's beautiful and, of course, so symbolic given the lotus flower. Shalini, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for loaning us the artwork. We're looking forward to looking at it every single day this week and, of course, being a part and looking forward to your exhibition also. Your work definitely has me gobsmacked this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
Shalini Singh here with us this morning on the Now Morning Show with an ongoing art show happening. It's called Joy at Arnim's Art Galleria. You don't want to miss it, and you don't want to miss what's coming up on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned.